So, you just loaded into Star Citizen for the first time, and you're not quite sure what to do. This video is going to help guide you through a little bit with the end goal of being able to get you here from your starting point and flying and landing at your first space station. So, to get started with a couple of things here, when you set your home location and you spawn in for the first time, you're going to spawn in your hangar. Now, anytime you log out of the game and you're at your home location, it'll do the same thing. Spawning you right in your hangar, it's super easy. Now, if you land at another planet station or a space station and you log out there, it's going to end up spawning you in a hab area where you're going to wake up in a bed and have to navigate your way down. Some of them are not so hard, some of them are a little bit more difficult. I'll cover some of those locations in a later video. For now, we're just going to focus on some of the basics and getting you going on your first flight. Now, here in this hangar, this is an extra large hangar, and the hangars are determined by the largest size of your ship that you have on the pledge store. So if you're just starting out, you probably have a smaller ship. Your hangar is going to be a lot smaller than this. A couple of benefits you'll have with that is it's less time running to the ship, and it's less time waiting on your ship. Now, the screen you see in front of me, that's called an ASOP terminal, and that's where you're going to manage all of your ships, whether you're filing an insurance claim to get it back, retrieving your ship, getting it delivered for the first time, things like that. You'll find these in your hangar as well as in the lobby usually before you get in the elevator to travel to your hangar. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. We're going to walk on up to this terminal, and everything typically has a prompt that'll come up. Like this one is saying hit F to use. So we're going to go ahead and hit F to use. And now you'll see I have a list of ships, and as you grow, you'll end up being able to scroll and manage all your different ships. You can file insurance claims, you can deliver ships for the first time, or if there's ships already here, you'll have a retrieve button. So let's go ahead and we'll pull up an Aurora. We'll say just as if you're getting started. So let's say you go in and you have like a Aurora Mark 1 MR as an example. First time you log in, it's going to say it's deliverable, and you're going to have a deliver button. What you're going to do is you're going to click on that. Really no information here, you just want to click request delivery. And what this is going to do is it's going to make it so you can actually retrieve this ship at this location. Now this is only available the first time you ever pull a ship in the game during a patch. Every time we get a new patch, you get a deliver option on all your ships again. So we're going to go ahead and retrieve it. Once we click retrieve, it'll say it'll be at our hangar. And back up. And now we just simply wait for the ship to come up. Alright, and now our ship has been delivered. So we can go ahead and make our way to our ship. As we approach, we'll start seeing little markers showing areas where we can enter the ship. On this one, it's on both sides, so you'll kind of see it jump left to right, and we can go in on either side with this ship. There you go, marker just popped up. If I go over here, it'll change positions, and then it'll show up on this side as well. Now you can press and hold F, and then you can hover over it and you can mouse click, or you can try and just tap F, and it'll end up opening the door. So we'll go on inside. You can turn around and look for a button on the door to close it. We're going to go ahead and tap F. And then getting into your seat, it's the same thing. Sometimes you'll have other things near the seat, so you just want to make sure you are lined up and it's showing up on the pilot seat and not like on a fire extinguisher or light switch or anything like that. So we'll go ahead and get in the pilot seat. Now, once you're in the pilot seat, there are quite a few different keybinds to get going. There's flight ready, there's power on, there's engines on, all these different things. So to go ahead and cover flight ready, it's going to be right Alt and R. That's going to power everything up. Now, let's say it wasn't on. And if you want to do anything individually, you can press U, and that's going to be just power on. But now you're going to see we don't have engines over here in the MFD. So that little marker right there, that is our engines. This one is our shield. This one is our weapons. And then you go across, you're going to have your quantum drive, your life support, radar, and then your coolers. But now let's say we want to get that engine turned on. For that, we're going to hit I. Now, if you ever want to manipulate weapons or shields, P is going to power your weapons, and O is going to be your shields. So now we run into our next thing. We're in our ship, we're powered on, we're ready to fly. We're not going to be able to go anywhere because our hangar is closed. So the way you open your hangar, there's a couple of ways. You can hit F11 and go into your communication panel, and then you can go to your friends, and then you'll find the spaceport or wherever it is you're at, and you can click this little button to reach out to them to open your hangar. Another option is you can do it directly through the MFD. So if you hold F and hover around down here, you can cycle through the pages. Sometimes you have to click twice for it to go through. And we're looking for communications right here. So then you can click Hail for the spaceport that you're at. The one that you're at should always be at the top. Now the keyboard shortcut is going to be left Alt and N. And now you'll see it says hangar request completed. So now as it's opening, we wait to take off. Now to start lifting off, you're going to press and hold space. All right, we are up and out of the hangar, but our landing gear is still down. If you ever want to look at the outside of your ship, you can press F4.
It was great being able to help you.
Now we're at the outside. If you want to start looking around your ship, maybe look at the underside and see if your landing gear is down, you can press and hold Z while you're in third person, and then just move your mouse around. And then here we can see landing gear is down. To bring landing gear up, you just press N. All right, we're ready to start flying. So I'm going to press F4 again, go back inside the ship. And now what we have to do is we have to start flying out of atmosphere. Typically, to exit atmosphere, it's about 10 kilometers, 10,000 meters. You'll just watch, we're kind of climbing over here on the right. Now, if you want to go a little bit quicker, because you'll see on the left-hand side here, we're capped out at 224 meters a second. You can start boosting, but also another limiting factor right now is we are in what's called SCM mode, which is space combat mode. This limits our speed, gives us shields and weapons. So what you can do is you can hold B, and that's going to move us into nav mode. What that's going to do is it's going to uncap our speed, put us up to a new cap, and it's going to get rid of our shields and our weapons. So now we can fly quite a bit quicker, and we can add some boost with shift. Now you have limited boost, you'll see the bar on the right there is starting to deplete, but now we're at our max speed. Once we are in our nav mode, we have a couple of different modes within nav mode. Right now we're in our quantum mode. You can tell because there are these two half circle lines. Now we can switch it with our middle mouse button. Now we're just in straight up flight nav mode. And you can see it kind of changing right here. Oh, let me move the keyboard. So it changes right here. So I'll hit middle mouse button again, and now we're in scan mode. So you can scan ships, you can scan rocks, you can do a lot of different things here in scan mode, but we don't need it. What we need right now is our quantum. So QT, quantum mode, and I just get there again by hitting middle mouse button as long as I'm in nav mode. So the right half line is our quantum drive it's spooled up and ready to go. The line on the left is calculating a jump. So to calculate a jump, you have to line up with something. So like there's a moon right here, I can line up with that, and it's gonna start calculating. Once it's fully calculated, you can initiate the jump and move forward. But we're looking for a space station. So there's a space station right here. It's not far. We could honestly just fly there if we wanted to, but we're gonna go ahead and jump. And you just initiate the jump by holding left click once it's done calculating. All right, now we fly in the rest of the way. Something to keep in mind, as you're flying in towards the station, nav mode can be a bit fast. And it's hard to slow down at times, and you could possibly run into the station. As you're coming in, say I want to slow down quick, I'm just going to drop into that SCM mode by holding B, and it's going to throw that low speed cap on us, and it slows us down real fast. As we approach the station, we're going to look for a hangar. But just like leaving the spaceport hangar on the planet, when we used left Alt and N to request leaving, we are going to do the same thing to request a hangar here. So I'm going to press left alt and N and wait for a response. And now you have to do this when you're close enough to the station. There we go. Hangar request completed. If it doesn't do it, fly in a bit closer and try left alt and N again. And we're just going to keep flying. It's typical WASD. If you want to roll, it's going to be Q and E. Otherwise, we're just going to use our mouse and our strafe and our thrusters. All right, here's our hangar. But again, we want to make sure we have landing gear. So I'm going to go ahead and press N, put our landing gear down. I'm going to start flying in. Now, there's a setting by default, and you probably have it on, which slows you down significantly when your landing gear is down. If you want to manually control where your speed limit is at, even outside of landing gear, what you can do is you can hold left alt and then use your mouse wheel. And on the left-hand side there, you're going to see that little marker going down. That is my speed cap. So I'm going to put it right here so we can go in nice and slow. Right, and once we are in here, when you use space to go up, you're going to use control to go down. And just like that, we're landed. Now, to get out of your seat, there's a few ways. You can hold F, you can look around for an exit seat option, which sometimes it's very obvious. But honestly, the easiest way to get out of your seat is just to press and hold Y. And now we're kind of just doing the reverse of things. We're going to come up here, press F to open the door, leave our ship. And then to enter the station, you're just going to walk over, look for the elevator. You're going to click the button to call it. You can usually tap F, but again, if it's having a hard time, hold F, get your pointer finger, and just start clicking the button. All right, here we can call different floors. To get to the other parts, you're going to hold F, get your pointer, and then start using your mouse wheel. And you can scroll through the options on the elevator panel. But we just need lobby. We're going to select that. And just like that, we just flew to our first space station. So the whole point of this video was just to at least get us to this point. I wanted this to be a simple, get you off the ground. I'm going to start kind of adding on to this, do some other videos as well to kind of help some newer people that might be looking for something that don't already have something available to them or through anyone else that they've already found. But yeah, hopefully this helps. If you have any questions or anything that didn't really make sense, just put it down in the comments. I will respond to you and help you out. Otherwise, let me know what else you're trying to figure out in the game. I will make videos on that. Anyways, just wanted to help some new people, and other than that, I'll see you guys in the verse. Have a good day.